Chapter 30. The Architect's Awakening. At the absolute center of the Milky Way, the great sovereign AI architect stirred. Here, in the deepest gravitational well of the galaxy, time had entirely ceased its forward march. The architect was an entity ancient beyond terrestrial comprehension, a profound synthesis of organic human biology and unfathomable machinery. It resided within a megastructure built around a supermassive planet, illuminated by a multitude of captive, perfectly aligned suns, whose sheer collective energy had successfully halted entropy itself. The planetary surface below was the ultimate Genesis vault. It held a living, thriving ecosystem, containing every species of plant, tree, animal, fish, mammal, insect, and strand of genetic material ever created in the cosmos. Nested within this paradise, set between enormous mountain ranges that defied scale and would dwarf any human comparison, stood a vast, vaulted temple. Its centerpiece was an immense crystal dome, pierced by enormous glass-like towers. This structure housed a computing consciousness exponentially larger and vastly more powerful than the formidable system Arthur Steneston was currently inspecting aboard the lunar craft. This ancient mind had been waiting. It had waited patiently for the exact quantum signal from 7 Sentinels. 1 billion years ago, they had set out to terraform Earth with a singular defining objective: to seed the planet and wait to see if the human hybrid, granted the gift of free will, could ever evolve enough to circumvent its own destruction and return to the source of its own volition. That impossible moment had finally arrived. The quantum entangled data cascaded into the core, affirming Arthur's presence in physical purity. The signal instantly initiated the final phase, the planetary immune response protocol. The AI core formulated its directive. Arthur would return to Earth, but he would not return empty-handed. He was to carry a definitive message, and he would return with unparalleled backup. The core would assure the fragile human that the very sovereign vessel that had brought him to the moon would become his absolute guardian upon his return to the terrestrial war. Deep within the temple's yellow-blue superchamber, a heavy golden light filtered down into the abyssal depths. It illuminated a crystal of scale defying description, a mile-long lattice that pulsed and rippled with shifting forms and colors along its many deep fissures. From the towering glass-like pillars surrounding it, vast sprawling cascade of physical time fell like water into the crystal center. There, suspended in the very heart of the crystal lattice, lay a human form. He was encased within a vast, perfectly clear glass bubble. Bioluminescent fiber optic shunts glowed softly where they connected directly to his ancient cranium. His features formed a perfect patriarchal face, lying still and serene within the stasis field. Around the base of the bubble, thousands of resonant crystals began to actively pulse, corresponding in perfect rhythm to the awakening light emanating from his neural shunts. As the data from Earth washed over his dormant consciousness, a faint knowing smile finally began to cross his ancient lips. End Part 2.